All right, let's discuss this today. As you saw in the title, very short, maybe short and sweet, not quite enlightening, but that term and that word called no. You ever heard that? The word no said to you? Okay. Have you ever used that yourself to someone else? Like to your wife, to your husband, to your partner, to your friend, to your so-called boss, to a stranger? Sure, saying no to a stranger, that sounds a lot easier, doesn't it? But how about uttering that word no to yourself? You should give that word a shot, and with regularity. Consider this though. This is not just about saying no for the first few times in your life. And I know it might sound like you have rejected something or someone when you use that term no. But maybe now you can see that no as a yes to yourself, a yes to you, and what you have come to define as your message and purpose. So I'm sure on a first glance or look, even emphasizing or suggesting a wider use of the word no, it has a negative aspect to it, a negative connotation attached to it, particularly when you're in a relationship, either personal or professional. Usually that no isn't received as you would usually express yourself. It's always yes, 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 and I'll get back to you. Even though you meant no, underneath that yes, you were afraid to say the word no. But let's get into that for a moment. And I said, just to restate this, in this episode today, of these 500 seconds, just consider the idea, the notion of seeing that word no that you would say to someone or to yourself as a yes to you, because it is telling you or reminding you of your defined purpose and message. So first, before you see that no as offensive or as a rejection, I know we don't use that word no that often. Sometimes when we have received a lukewarm yes to something, it sounds like a yes, very lightly veiled response. Is a yeah. It wasn't really a committed yes. It was a lukewarm yes. And only to then experience that light yes as an actual no in execution. And that no is dressed up poorly in yes clothes. But couldn't we offer a more genuine response going forward to a question that we do need to say no to without any remorse or regret? We can do this through the application of those resilience tenets that I mentioned to you before. In summary, as a reminder, those tenets are what's called the triple Ds. Defining and accepting your desire, discipline, and drive. And those three things, those triple Ds, sustain and support your beauty. So say no to anything that fails to meet that criterion, and opening up to you a vast horizon for you to walk towards with resilience. It's just that simple. As simple as that word for this episode called no sounds like. In review, I'm asking you to take a wider view. Remember, as I mentioned to you before, my intention in every episode is to change your perspective on this present moment. So given that, I'm sure the title for any episode, the title called No, maybe automatically or just as a reaction, no means don't listen to this. And it could very well be that. That could be where you come from. It could be your perspective for now. But thank you for taking a few more moments to listen to this, the context and the construct of this episode. It's not about being negative. It's always about being positive, forward, yes, productiveness, going forward. So even though I mentioned to you a very simple model for approaching and using progressively and positively the word no, not as rejecting everything that comes to you because you don't like it or you've never seen it or it's new to you or it's coming from a stranger's voice or come from some distant land. I'm only asking you to open up your parameters for that main mission that I have today and every day, which is to change your perspective on this present moment and to connect with everyone around you, well, everyone you meet on your journey, with that openness, not vulnerability, but the openness to exchange what I propose to you we all have, this thing called resilience that gets refreshed and renewed each day. We have the opportunity and the blessings and the grace to experience. Remember, that thing called tomorrow never comes. The one yesterday can't come into today. This is all we have right now. This moment. Certainly, I don't project this as being our last. But if it is, if that was true, wouldn't you take a more of a vested interest in making this moment, this day, this hour, the best possible you can make it? Or you don't make anything. Can you observe it, experience it, communicate it? And what's inside of you, your unique quality, your unique purpose and message, to bring that forward and not trying to hold it back until so-called tomorrow. It'll never come. Let's do this now. So, how about this? Say no to yesterday. Say no to tomorrow. And say yes to this present moment. Thank you again. Stay present, stay current. No matter where you are in this world, please remember, is always